Hello guys, welcome back to the channel. We got another review for you today. Today we're looking at balloon pumps. Which one's the right one for you? We're gonna get into it right now. All right, so you are getting ready to do some balloon twisting and you have found yourself in a predicament, and that is you can't blow the balloon up by mouth. The balloon is really difficult. These little skinny balloons, it's not happening, right? I don't know, I've been there, especially when I started. Very tough to do. And think about this, if you're in an event and you're going to be there for more than an hour, it's going to be an uphill battle. You're going to struggle if you got to inflate that balloon by mouth. So which pump are you going to use? Let's look at some of the pumps that are available. Aha, we got our single action. It's a Qualitex red pump. Looks like a ketchup bottle. Go ahead and take a look at it there. Let me go ahead and spin it around so you can see. All right, and this inner piece will come out. You see, that's kind of neat. All right, and you could put stuff in there, I guess, if you wanted to. Maybe water, I'm not sure. Anyway, I guess this could make also for like a fun toy if you did put water in it, squirt water on somebody. But anyway, this is a nice beginner's pump, I would say, definitely. All right, works really easy. You see that it's got a little ring around there, and it has like if you feel it, you can feel there's like a little bit of lubricant or some oil inside there. So it's nice and smooth and easy, okay? And I've had this one for, oh God, it's been over a year now, and I haven't had to put anything on the ring, but I would say just keep an eye on it because it could get dried out. It just depends on your environment, okay? But like I said, most of the time it's in here, so I really don't have to worry about it drying out. Or this ring right here, let me go ahead and take it off there so you can see. Oh, actually, no, that thing's not coming off easy. Okay, it hasn't cracked or anything like that, all right? So let me go ahead and put that back in there, ready to go, okay? And that's pretty simple to do. And you see that nozzle is made for a 260 size balloon, just so you know, okay, in case you're wondering, a 260 size balloon. All right, let's go ahead and take a look at another pump that you could use. It's also a Qualitex pump. That's pretty nice. Aha, look at this baby. Yeah, very nice. Look at that handle. Now you notice, look at this. Aha. Remember before on the other one, the one we saw before, the pump action was from the bottom and you did this and it was a single pump. This is nice. They upgraded. Let me show you a couple things. I think why they did this. I'll open it up in just a minute. But look, this comes out and it's dual action. So you're getting air on the way in and out. Ah, very genius, huh? They thought of it all. Look, on the bottom there, you see there's some holes drilled in the bottom. And on the top here as well. Let me go ahead and pull this apart if I can. There we go. And you can see. So you see inside there. And there's also, if you look right here on the pink area there, that there's also holes drilled inside there. Okay, I'm not gonna pull the whole thing apart, but you see, look, we also have another. This is a little bit of a rubber piece, and there's also a ring right there. Let me slide that up a little bit. There we go. All right, but that's what makes this nice and easy to use. Let me go ahead and tighten that baby back down, put it back to normal. But dual action, which means you're pumping up that balloon twice as fast. And you notice that this also is made, you look at that, the sides or the fitting, it's also made for a 260 pump, or excuse me, 260 size balloon. But like I said, air going in and out, dual action is what you call that, okay? And you might have noticed that I had a piece of balloon on here. This actually usually goes on, if I'm wearing a balloon apron, I'll hang this from the side, and I just use a piece of balloon to hang it there, so that way when I'm done pumping, I can just let it go, and it's gonna hang off to my side until I need it, all right? So this is another great choice. I prefer this one over the red one, but if the red one is what you can get, then by all means. So, and by the way, that brings up a good point. I'll put links in the description below where you can go and get yourself some pumps. Nice thing, the link that I have here is you can get this pump with 100 bags of balloons. So if you're getting started out, that's actually not a bad deal because you're also going to get this pump with it, and these things last forever, okay? All right, so let me go ahead and put this one to the side. Let's look at yet another pump you can use. Aha, the trusty 160 size pump. That's right. You can see, look, it has a skinnier nozzle. And again, same thing, pretty easy to use. Check it out. You see that? Dual action. Very nice. Look at that. And you see, same thing. If I unscrew this here, you'll see that it also has the little holes drilled in the top there. And you can see, same idea. There's also holes inside there drilled in there. And it has this same little ring there. Both of those. You see there's like a flap there. And then there's the ring. Hard to see, probably black on black. But anyway, let me go ahead and slide that back down into place. There you go. So you can see very nice pump. And one thing different from the other one, and I'm not entirely sure why they did this. Maybe because this nozzle could break, but this top part too also comes off, so you could replace it, I'm sure, if you needed to. You see that? It looks like that would come out. Yep, in case you needed to. But in this case, I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to replace it. I've had this thing also forever, and it works just fine. Like I said, you probably noticed that if you've been twisting for more than a day, there aren't just one size for the balloons, right? There's 260, and this is for the 160, a super skinny balloon, because what you'll find. Oh, and this happened to me a couple times, and maybe you, where you forgot your 260 pump and you only had this with you. I remember that happened to me a couple times, happened to my wife at least once, and she's there at the party trying to pump 260s up, and they're taking forever. Forget about 350s. Don't even try it. You're gonna be there forever if you can even hold that balloon shut on the tip of this pump. So anyway, there's another pump for you to look at right there. Different sizes, right? Just depends on what you need and what you're using it for. Let's look at another one. This time we're gonna go ahead and move up on our pump size so you can see. Here it goes. Aha, look at this. This is what we would call a floor pump. Let me go ahead and show it all. Make sure you can see it. There you go. Make sure nothing is, you get the full enchilada here. Now, I'm not going to pull this guy apart though, okay? Because that's just going to take some time, and I definitely don't want to pull this out. But it's the same idea as the pump here, but now we've made it bigger, which means that you're pumping up a balloon in one pump, which is nice, okay? This is a mini Mac is what they would call this, okay? And I'll put a link so you can find those as well. Remember, look in the description below. There are links down there so you can see where in the world you're gonna buy some of these things. You don't have to go searching all over the place. I already found them for you, and I tried to make sure that I was looking around for a good price for you as well. All right, so check it out. You can see it has a nozzle on here, and this you actually can fit a 160 on this, just so you know. Okay, but the preference for this design here is a 260 balloon, since that one is the most commonly used, I would say, among twisters. All right, but again, it's just like you know, sometimes people will see this and they'll say, well, "What the heck is that thing filled with helium?" Nope, it's just a pump, and it is like a bike pump basically, except instead of having this tube or having it come from the bottom, having you pump it this way. You just put the balloon on there and you're good to go. You can hear it. And what's cool too, this is one of the kind of fun things, is that when you have this out and you're using it, especially on the hot days, you can turn it up, right? And you can blast people with it, and it's like free air conditioning. That's how strong the blast of air comes out of this thing, which is kind of cool. So a couple things, you notice there's a strap on here, okay? And you can slide this up that way. If you need to hold on to it, you can. Ta-da, okay? And this bottom piece screws off, all right, just so you know. And I'm going to go ahead and slide this baby back down. So hopefully, after seeing all these, you might be able to decide, you know, where is all this going to fit? You know, which one is going to be the right one for you. We got the floor pump, where if you got a long line and you need to crank those balloons out and you need to inflate them quick, the floor pump is going to be the way to go. If you're at a party and, you know, maybe it's a smaller setting and you don't need to go as fast, the floor pump is still going to work for you. It's going to get the job done, okay? And then we also have our the dual action that you saw earlier. That was the green one that we saw. That one works really well. It's really handy. Also, if you are in restaurant work, that's a great one because you're walking around. The 160 is one of those, takes up minimal pocket space. You could wear it in your pocket if you need to do so, or if you have a balloon apron, you could wear it in your balloon apron. So those are things to think about. And then of course, the last but not least, the red single action pump. Again, you're still being able to do some work. Like I said, I mentioned just a quick little tip. If you put water in it, maybe you can do some fun stuff with that as well. Shout out to Mr. Robbie Furman on that idea. The man is very smart when it comes to the balloons. So remember, don't forget to check the description below for those links on where you can get some of these balloons. And let me finish up by saying why it's a good idea to use a pump versus mouth inflating, okay? Two main reasons I can think of, actually three. Okay, the first one is kids, if they see you blowing up balloons by mouth, monkey see, monkey do. They're gonna want to do it, all right? And one of our things that we try to push out there as balloon artists is, hopefully we do, is that we would want our patrons, our people that are hanging out with us, to be safe, and we definitely don't want them choking on balloons or trying to inflate the balloons. It is a very difficult thing to do, okay? You definitely don't want them doing that, because you know what'll happen? They'll try to inflate it, and then after their germs in their mouth are on it, they're gonna come up to you and they're gonna want you to tie a balloon. You're gonna be like, ugh, kids spit everywhere, you know. So anyway, if they see you doing that, and so that brings me to my next point, and that is spit. You're putting your air into that balloon. You know, when you're at home and you're practicing on your own, it doesn't matter that much. But when you're going out to the public, when that balloon pops, just think about it. You know what I mean? It's almost like you sneezed or coughed on whoever was near that balloon. I might be stretching it a little bit, but where this really means something is when you're in a restaurant. People are eating. You know what I mean? And so it becomes a matter of hygiene, right? And so anytime you can use a pump, that's the best way to go. And last but not least, you are saving you are giving it's a healthy option to use the pump. Why not? Why wouldn't you use that instead of putting all that pressure on your lungs? I mouth inflate every once in a while. I used to do it all the time because I thought it'd be cool and it'd be impressive and people would like that. But I've kind of shied away from it more and more, actually, because what happens is it'll catch up to you. That pressure has to go somewhere. I realize that if I do that, if I mouth inflate too much, my cheeks may not be sore, but I may get a little bit of a headache at the end of the day, and I don't want to deal with that. You know what I mean? And so sometimes people will see me with the pump and they'll say that's cheating. And the only thing I can say, hey, I like to go places and I could walk there, but why? When I can drive. You know what I'm saying? Okay? So anyway, don't sweat it if people say you're cheating. Don't worry. It's a tool, right? No one is taking a lug nut off of your car by hand. They're using a tool, right? The plumber's not loosening pipes with their hands. They're using a wrench. It's a tool, okay? So get in that mindset. Don't sweat it if people say, hey, you're cheating. You're saving yourself. You're being clean. You're not giving kids the ideas to put their mouth on those balloons. So anyway, there they are right there. Hopefully you had yourself a nice little time, got a little bit of information, and hopefully I've armed you with some knowledge as far as, you know, why you use a pump. Don't be afraid to use it. It's a tool. It's a great thing, okay? So I'm going to be back with another video soon talking about more pumps maybe. All right, so stay tuned. Thank you very much for hanging out with me. I'll see you guys next time. Happy twisting. Bye.